It's TA with MK. It's TA with MK. Alright, if you clicked on and are watching this video, then one of two things most likely happened. Either it was just randomly in your feed, in which case you're going to be very confused as to what this video is about, or hopefully the more likely option is that you watched one of my other videos where I am using a formula I created to try to predict the price of altcoins for this bull run. So what I wanted to do is put out a separate video that I can reference at the end of every video I make going forward about specific coins and my projected prices, so that you can come to this and just have a simplistic explanation of how this chart works, how my formula works, where I've come up with these numbers, and then you might be able to take one of your own coins that you project to be inside of the top 100 and apply it to it, should you choose to. So the first thing I want to do is just briefly explain what information I have here on this chart. Now, in a separate video, I go over where I come up with these projections as far as dominance go and some of this other stuff, of course. But on this chart, I've just listed again that my dominance projections for Bitcoin is 47.5%, Ethereum 17.5%, and my total 3, which would just be all of the other altcoins. All you do, of course, is add these two together, subtract them from 100, and that leaves you with 35%, which just means that as we're projecting all of these altcoins, we're working on the assumption that the amount of money that will be allocated to the altcoins will make up around 35% of the overall money that is in crypto. And again, if we move down here where I've listed Bitcoin price projections, I have a separate video where I explain where I've come up with these projections, or how at least. I'm just listing them here again, that those projections are 91,000, 100,000, 115,000, and 130,000. Now, over here on the left, I've got coin rank, and what this is just positions. And then what we've done here is I've listed, based on that position, at the top of the last bull run, which have been the 2021, peak of the bull run, what percentage of the overall total market cap for all of crypto did each of these positions take up? And so I've listed, for example, position 3 was around 3.5%, position 4, 2.4%, position 5, 2.4% as well, and so on. Now, this next column over, which is represented by the color pink, all I've done is group together some of the positions that were similar and gave an average in case you would prefer to use the average. Let's say that you project your coin to end up inside the top 100. You think it's going to end up somewhere between position 13 and 15, but you're not exactly sure. So maybe you'd rather just go off the average. So on the higher end, positions, I've grouped together like 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15. As we get a little higher, I did 16 through 20 altogether, 21 through 25, 26 through 30. And after positions 30, then they're just grouped together in 10 because the numbers started to get a lot more consistent or closer together. So you have like 31 through 40, 41 through 50, and so on. And then moving over to the right here, represented in red, we have our projected market caps for these different coins. Now, that's the combination of two things. It's a combination of taking that position rank, like we just discussed, and a projected percentage of what it may take up for the overall crypto market cap. And then we have, of course, the different projected crypto market caps based on what Bitcoin does. So we have a projected market cap for all of crypto of 3.816 trillion here in green, 4.193 trillion, 4.823 trillion, and 5.452 trillion. So then, of course, based on each of these columns, you can follow the column down to see what that position's potential market cap would be. Now, position 3, for example, if the market cap is 3.816 trillion, we have a projected market cap for that position, the third position, of about 136.6 billion. That's what each of these numbers represent, by the way, is billion. And then you go up to the next column, 4.193, that jumps up to 150, then it jumps up to 172 if Bitcoin hits 115K, and then, of course, my, top projection for that position of 195 billion. Okay, so hopefully that's made sense up to this point. And then just over here on the right, represented by the color blue, I've just listed what my two different formulas are that you can use or apply to your coin. Now, whenever we have MC, just understand that that's market caps, what MC represents, and CS equals the circulating supply for the coin that you're using. Now, the two different formulas, the first one here is if you know the rank. Now, of course, you're not going to know the rank. That would mean you could tell the future and you wouldn't need a video like this. But my point is if you think you have an idea of about where your coin's going to end up, then you would use this formula. If you're just trying to project a price for your coin, then you can work backwards and take that price and use this formula to figure out what the market cap would end up being. And then you could look and say, okay, if the market cap's going to end up 97.6 billion, what position does that, fall under? And then you can from there decide on your own, can my coin reach that position? Is that realistic? Or do I need to maybe, set a lower price target for my coin? Okay, so next let's apply these formulas to two different coins just so you can get a hands-on example of how this works. Now for the first formula where we think we know the rank, we're going to go over here where I chose Solana. It's currently ranked at position number 5 with a market cap of around 79 billion. We're going to work under the assumption it ends this bull run still ranked at position number 5. So that the information that I need for my formula is the circulating supply, which is down here, 443 million and some odd. I'm going to copy that number and then come back over here. Now, what projection for Bitcoin do we want to use? Let's just say Bitcoin hits 115,000. We're going to follow position number 5 over to the right until we get to the 115,000. And it comes up with a projected market cap based on my formula here of 116.7 billion. So the next thing I'm going to do is pull up my calculator. I'm going to type 116 billion 700 million right into the calculator, and then we're going to divide that by the let me hold on and pull this real quickly up. Notepad, we're going to copy and paste that market cap so that I can type it in here. So we're going to divide that by 443,961,220, and when I hit equal, this is going to give me a projected price for Solana based on it ending at position number 5 and having the market cap that we project here of 116.7 billion. And you can see that that price is just under $263, $262.86. So then if we hop over here to TradingView, I pull up a chart for Solana. I've applied these numbers already, and you can see that at the current price or around the current price that we were just talking about, up to that projected price is about a 46.5% gain. I realize that's very conservative, but that's not the point of this video. I will put out a separate video later with my Solana price projection, but that's what we come up with using the data if it were to stay pat at number 5 and take up at around a 2.42% of the actual overall projected market cap. Okay, so now we're going to do the second formula where we start with a price. We're going to use the coin render in this one. I've pulled up a little YouTube video where this guy here is projecting the render to hit $100. Let's just say he ends up being correct. We're going to start with that, and we're going to use this formula now where we take the price, we times it by the circulating supply to get a projected market cap, which we can then reference this chart and see kind of what position this coin would need to hit in order for that to be realistic, right? So the time of making this video, CoinGecko has render listed at position number 32 at just under $11. We're going to again copy this circulating supply here, copy, put it over here on my notepad or like we did the last one. Holy moly. All right, we're gonna go ahead and copy that just so that I can reference it here in a few minutes when I pull up my calculator. Again, we're going to go back over here now to my chart. We are going to take the projected price. So let me pull up the calculator, clear it out. We're going to take $100, right? We're going to times that by the circulating supply of 381,860,659. And that's going to give us a projected market cap of about 38.1 billion. So if we minimize my notepad and my calculator and we look down here on the chart of where 38.1 billion falls, we can see it kind of falls a lot kind of in this area here around position 11 or so. Let's just say Bitcoin hits 115,000, just like we used for the Solana example. We can come down here, find a roughly, we have this one around 41.3 billion. We go over here, that's position 12. So render would need to end up somewhere, using my formula between position 12 and 13 for that projected target of $100 to be realistic. Now, is that possible? Definitely. It's not out of the realm of possibility, and that would wind up actually from where we are now being about 827.5% gain. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. I just want you to know also that I left the link to this Google Sheets document on my Twitter page. You can click on my Twitter page. It's actually the pinned message. And then from there, you can click that link and you can actually access this page. That way you can take your coins that you're looking to end up inside the top 100 and apply these formulas to it if you think this formula is somewhat useful, and come up with some projected price targets for your coins. Appreciate you guys for watching the video. On your way out, if you could help me with the algorithm by leaving a like. Of course, if you haven't already, also subscribing to the channel. And I hope you guys have a great day. It's T-A